everybody, it's Ashley Schmidt here, and I am excited to talk to you today about creative ideas for KDP for entrepreneurs. So, what I've decided to do is I've decided to create a series of things of creative ideas that you can use to promote to other entrepreneurs so that you can kind of take some of your KDP ideas and move them to a um, offline type business. Hey, Laura, how are you? And so I'm really excited. I've been brainstorming a bunch of ideas. And so each day I'm going to try and do, hey, Erica, I'm going to try and do several ideas. I'm going to talk about one idea and do like 5 or 6 parts or something like that. So I'm really excited to talk to you all about today. And I think this is what I want to do with my YouTube channel. I was kind of floundering and I love KDP, but what I love the idea is creating something a little more sustainable, a little more, so you're not fighting for those listings, that organic traffic, you're going to try and bring it offline and do some different things with. Okay, so KDP for entrepreneurs. Did you know? So here's something that I actually looked up today. Did you know that you can price your print books for KDP print, so your paperback royalties up to $250? And you're thinking, holy cow, $250. How am I going to sell a book for $250? Because it's not just a book. There's got to be information and training and different things in there. If you can find some, we'll talk about how you could maybe hit those higher price points. But what about $30 or $40? Something that people could gain knowledge out of, but not necessarily be those lower price points. Most of my stuff is $6.99. I have quite a few things at $8.99 as well, and one at $20. And I love when the 20 sells. I get $10, right? So I really wanted to this year create a lot more higher priced items because you get much better margins. Okay, so how do you do that? All right, so how about taking an online course offline? So let's say you have a course or you know someone or you follow someone even who has an online course that you've really enjoyed or you've wanted to try or different things. What about, hey, Kings, Queens, what about taking that course offline onto KDP? So how you would do that, and this is something that maybe that something's been out for a while, so they can generate new income, new revenue streams. So kind of think of it that way. So find some content that maybe they've had online somewhere and you take it offline to KDP. So they have those courses, those modules, they're selling them through various chain, Udemy or wherever they're selling them for. Why don't you create a book? So you you get their modules and you have them list them on YouTube as a private link. So it's not like it's out for the world. So it's not free out to the world. It's a private link. And then you take and a screenshot, like the first screenshot of everything, you have a link, that link to that private link, you put that in the print book, and you have like a QR code, right? So that someone could scan it with their phone. And then it would take them directly to that link. And they have the modules, and then beneath, sorry, they have their modules set up that way, and they kind of set a book out. And then you create note pages, or let's talk a drawing thing. Okay, so my kids love those Learn to Draw on Udemy, so we have a few of those courses, but they lack the follow through because they watch it and then they write and then they forget they're doing. Well, what about like a journal with one of those? And then they have the lesson, and then there's 2 or 3 pages so that while they're watching, they could draw and what they're learning about. And then they flip to the next module. Like I've taken so many training classes that because it's, online, I forget where the link is. I can't find the link. It's just frustrating for me. And I would love to be able to take my notes and watch the course and take my notes at the same time in one booklet. Like that would be fabulous for me. I was just thinking how much I would really appreciate that. And so like those drawing courses, they could have a few pages blank and then the next module and then a few more blank pages. So what about something like that? And you're thinking, if you have the content, you could definitely go and create something like this. Or if you already have content you've created, recycle it, use it for something else, put it into something else. But let's say you don't have the content. You're like, I'm not an expert. Well, go find experts who are. I'm sure there's people you follow you could do this for. And you go out and you ask them, hey, I'm going to take, let's even say you follow somebody's YouTube channel religiously and you just think they have some really great content and they have some great playlists, but even the playlist, you want to take notes as you're listening and you forget you forget. I've had so many where I've forgotten. I felt like, oh, there was a great idea and I forgot which one I want to re-listen to. Well, if you put their playlist, like a decent, you don't shoot for the huge YouTube star. Somewhere I could take all your playlists and put them into a book for you with notes pages so people could take notes as they listen. And you would do it, maybe you sell that item for $20 or $30. Because I know a lot, like I said, I would love to be able to take notes and follow people in a more structured manner than just trying to figure out where in a YouTube video I watched it, right? So this would be a way that they could, kind of connect with their favorite YouTube person in a different manner, and you could sell it for $20 or $30 and split the profits with the person. So you're recycling content they already have, and you're putting in the effort to do it because they want to make YouTube videos. They don't want to learn how to do KDP and learn how to make a cover and do all that sort of stuff, but you can do it. And they can promote it to their audience. And so you have an organic method, not just Amazon, that promotes to the audience. And then you also sell it as, hey, you could reach new people. There are people who follow you on YouTube, but they may not be the same people who shop on Amazon. A lot of them are, but it definitely reaches a different audience. You definitely reach maybe that older demographic who would much rather have a book than just have everything on their phone or a new app or all that sort of things. I really do like to take notes in one place so that I am all organized. I get a lot of newsletters and things and I print them out. And yeah, I have a cool binder here. Like I print all that stuff out and I have little tabs and I keep notes. So like something, like a KDP book is way easier than this gigantic, awful thing. So that would be really great for people like me. And I'm sure there's more people like that than just me. Podcasts. So what about people with a podcast you like? You could take, and there's a few ways to do this. You could actually just put links to their podcast so that like a playlist, a certain type of learning or course. You have to put some value in there and you want to organize it and put like something that they would learn or modules or that sort of thing. And you could just put the links into their podcast so that they could listen to the podcast in order and then have a place for notes, right? And let's see, or you could actually, if you were really gung-ho, and I have a software that does this, you could offer to transcribe someone's podcast and put them into a series of books for them. I have a software that does that. If you haven't heard of it, Dragon Naturally Speaking, it works fabulous. You can take audio clips, download them, and then depending on how, if it's a 15-minute type thing, it'll take maybe 20 or 30 minutes, but you just start it and it'll transcribe it. And yeah, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. So, you could do that for people, or you could pay or whatever. You could do a lot of different things. Honestly, if you're going to do something like that, I think purchasing the software is the way to go, because you could definitely, it's a one-time cost for the software. I think it was $150 or something like that, which sounds like a lot, but if you're going to do a lot of these, this might be useful. So it just depends on which angle you want to go. And I would say don't go for too many angles. Pick something. Maybe YouTube is the easiest way to start instead of podcasts, unless you just want to put their podcast links in order and then notes pages, which yet again, my favorite podcasters, I would love something like that. I listen a lot of times on the radio, but not on the radio, but on my phone as I'm driving. But even then I could, stop down and go like circle this podcast and put a little note, when I'm at a red light or something like that. I think that would be great. Okay. So, so just talk to people about recycling their content. I think it would be a great and interesting way, an additional revenue stream for them, and something you could do and you guys could profit share on, or you could charge a fee for it, or however you want to do it. You could, charge a fee, set up their own KDP account and let them go with it. And then you could just get, a $200-$300 fee right up front. But it just depends on how you want to do it. But I think something like that would be a great idea. So that's what I was going to talk about today. Any questions? I'm going to come up with some other crazy ideas too. And we'll do a series of these just for new and just different ideas. Anyone have any questions or thoughts? Alrighty. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I guess those who are live, thank you for being live. Thank you for subscribing and showing up. Noon on Wednesdays. If you have questions, you can definitely check out that link and just let me know what you guys need. I'm here to help. I know all sorts of stuff about KDP and lots of different things. But I think I'm going to go at this angle for a while and just come up with some fun and creative and different ideas for kind of higher price point items and see how that goes. You could really help somebody out in this time right now. They could have another additional revenue stream that maybe they hadn't thought of before. And if you're doing merch, you can throw that in there. Say, hey, I can make you shirts too. So once you get your foot in the door, you can kind of build upon that relationship and build something really cool. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for being live. I'm so excited you guys were here. And I will talk to you again. I think next week I might do another one of these and throw some of these in. Something also, if you want to leave in the comments afterwards, if you are interested in tutorials, like how to upload on KDP. I just bought some software so I can capture my screen much better and much easier and edit videos. So if you are excited if you need some more pointers, let me know. That way I can actually do a screencast and that sort of thing. So that's it. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know if you have questions. Thanks. Bye.